Hi everyone. With everything going on right now, I was trying to figure out what would be a good video to end out the year with, and I think I have an idea of what you guys would enjoy. So stay tuned to find out what that is. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon Southworth, if this is the first time that you are joining me, and I focus on delicious food, vegan reviews, and holistic living over 40. And today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Alright, so I don't know how many of you know this, but I have been doing a certification for sports yoga, and it's something that I've been wanting to learn for a while. I do yoga on and off, but I am not, a teacher or anything by far. So when this class was offered to me, I decided, what the hell, it's something I wanted to learn for myself, and who knows what the future is going to hold, and it's something I might want to end up teaching later on. So I've been taking the class for the last couple of months, and I just took my final exam, and it was hard, but the last part of the final exam was to actually do a 20-minute class, and we didn't actually have to do it in front of a live class if we didn't want to, or if we weren't able to, and with my schedule, of course, I wasn't able to. So I popped open my tablet and recorded. It was a lot of fun. I had to come up with a bunch of different techniques that I would teach during class while still focusing on different parts of the anatomy and have an overall theme, and it was really fun to try and put this class together. You also will probably get a kick, but for half of the video you can see Waffles watching me like, what is this woman doing? But we're just gonna sleep here for a little bit. I hope everyone enjoys it, and on to my little tutorial that I did.
Hello and welcome to my yoga session today. I know it's really close to the holidays now and things are starting to amp up tremendously. I've been putting in about 12-hour days, which is making things very emotionally and physically stressful for my body. So I decided to go ahead and put together this yoga routine for anyone that just needs to kind of unwind at the end of the day, get their muscles back to where they need to be so that they can have a nice restorative sleep at night. So just remember that we want to do these poses slowly. That gives us a really nice neuromuscular connection to our body, and it really just helps us transition from that stressful day. So first things first, get into something comfortable and bring out your yoga mat. So I like to start with just some movements that open up the body a little bit more. We're going to start with the neck articular rotations, which just basically means neck circles. So we want to start with our chin facing our chest. So you're going to pull that down, and we are going to rotate to the left and make sure that your ear gets closer to your shoulder with your shoulders still staying down. I know that natural movement, we want to hunch our shoulders. Make sure you keep them nice and flat. And you're going to rotate your head back to the other shoulder and down. I like to try and do this movement 5 to 6 times. And when it feels good, go ahead and go the other direction. You want to go to the right side, back, left, down, while keeping those shoulders down. We're going to end in the neck position again. We'll pull the chin up. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to move down to the shoulders for your scapula circles. So we just want to hunch those shoulders up, push them back, down, forward. And go ahead and do this a couple of times. And when that feels good, we want to change directions. Bring the shoulders forward. Don't worry if you hear crackling, that's good. And we want to move down now to the elbows. So basically you're going to kind of like come on in. So we're going to rotate those in. And then we want to go out. And then we want to do our wrists, again, in. This really helps the muscles and the joints loosen up for some of the movement that we're going to be doing shortly. And then we want to do our fingertip rotations, which basically just means making a fist. So we want to bring those in and out. This is really important if you're doing any type of poses that involve you being on your hands and knees. You want to make sure you're nice and stable. And the last one to warm up is going to be our spinal roll. So on this one, basically we're going to slowly roll forward, and then we're going to roll up, and then we're going to extend backwards. Now don't worry, we want to make sure this is nice and slow. If you need to use your hands to walk down, go ahead. We want to make sure that you are nice and comfortable and you're not pulling anything or pushing yourself too much. We want to give your feet just a little bit of movement. So we're going to pull the knees down, kind of like we're getting ready to sit in a chair. And then again, start with the chin. We want to pull that towards the chest. And we are slowly walking down your legs and arching the back to move those vertebrae down. If you can go all the way down to your toes, go ahead. It's about as far as I can go comfortably. Hold that for just a few seconds. And we're going to slowly move ourselves back up. And we're going to go a little bit the opposite. So just slowly arch your back backwards. And this I really like to do. It'll open up your ribs. It opens up your vertebrae. And I notice when you do the back, at least for me, when I go backwards, there's a little bit of a little crackle noise too. So now you should start to be getting a little warm, feeling yourself moving a little bit. So the first pose that I like to go into is going to be your mountain pose. And I always start this out, all of my routines that I do. Just kind of gives me a nice solid foundation for the different poses that I'm going to be doing. And it's kind of fun too. So basically you want to make sure that your heels are planted, nice and firm. You're going to tuck in that tailbone, roll the belly button back a little bit. You're going to engage those core muscles. And then you want to start with your arms facing out. Some people like to just hold mountain pose here. Definitely is a workout, especially if you're engaging those core muscles. But I like to open up my rib cage and my lung capacity a little bit more, so I go ahead and throw in the arms. So what we're going to do is on your breath in, you're going to be moving your arms up, and on your breath down, you're going to be moving, or breath out, you're going to be moving your hands down. So we want to go ahead and 1, in, 2, out. 1, in, 2, out. And again. Last one. Don't worry, some people, if they have a little bit lower lung capacity, might feel a little dizzy at this point. Just taking another breath, get yourself a little bit stable. When you feel good, we're going to go ahead and move on to chair pose. Now, we kind of did a little bit of chair pose when we were getting ready to do the spinal roll. So basically, you want to make sure that your feet are nice and planted. And we are going to bend the knees as if we're going to sit. And we want to make sure that our spine is nice and straight. And you are going to go ahead and put your arms up. And you're going to hold this. I don't know if it's like you, but I get a little wobbly on this one. So just try and stay as good as you can for this. You're definitely going to feel your quads start to burn like crazy. All right, when you're done, go ahead, slowly come up and bring those arms down. Whew. So, the next one that I want to do is warrior pose. And this is going to be the first warrior pose. So we want to make sure that we have our feet shoulder width apart. Your left foot is going to be facing forward. The right foot is going to be turned out so that your heel is facing your arch. We want to give that knee a nice bend to a 90-degree angle, and if you need to move your foot out a little bit more to get that, go ahead. So we want to have a nice opening here, 90 degrees, foot forward, foot this way. So for warrior pose 1, we're going to want to twist slightly to the front so you're facing your kneecap, and we just go ahead and put the arms up. Make sure you're engaging your core and you're trying to be as straight as possible. And that feels good. We're going to go ahead and move to the other side. Again, back foot face forward, front foot faces towards the front, 90-degree angle, and we're going to want to turn, arms up and forward. And we're going to come back, and we're going to do that again, but this time we're doing warrior pose 2. And switch sides. And there we go. And here, I like to do goddess pose, which is very similar to warrior pose, except you're basically kind of doing a leg squat, a little bit of a plie. So we go ahead and go down as far as you can. If you can go down farther, great. For me, this is basically my limit. I go ahead and use my arms just to stabilize myself a little bit more. And we hold this pose. Remember, tailbone down, core engaged, spine straight. And we're going to go ahead and come up. From here, we're going to transition down to the floor. So we want to slowly go down to our knees and walk your hands out. So the first pose that we're going to be doing down on the floor is going to be the cat and cow. One thing that you really want to watch out for when you're doing hands and knees, again, remember, flat palms. So once you're situated, go ahead, flat palms. I like to do them the same as my knees width apart. And we're going to start with the cow pose first, which means we're going to pull that tailbone up, push the belly button down, and lift the head up. Then we want to slowly bring the chin in towards the chest, pushing the belly button up and bringing the tailbone down. And slowly bring the tailbone up, belly button down, chin up. And keep doing this for the count that you would like. Okay, from here we're going to go ahead and do puppy pose, which basically all you have to do is walk your hands out, but you're still keeping your butt up. So you're almost in child's pose, but we're just going to stay here. Walk those fingers out, making sure your butt is still up in the air. And then when you're ready, go ahead into child's pose, which just means that you're going to be walking your hands back so that you are now sitting on your feet. This is one of my favorite poses to do. I find it very relaxing, and it also opens up your vertebrae. Feels good. Just try walking your fingertips out just a little bit more to give it that little extra. Once this feels good, we're going to pull ourselves back up, and we're now going to sit down. So the next position that we're going to do is the half-seated twist. So we're going to keep one of our legs under at a 90-degree angle, and you're going to take your right leg and cross that over. Then you want to make sure that you twist slowly, and make sure that you're twisting with your core and not your arms. If you're twisting with your core, you should be able to hold this position, arms out, no problem. You're going to feel that nice twist with the vertebrae, opens things up a little bit more. It really pulls the rib cage muscles, just kind of opens everything up. Once that feels good, you're going to go ahead and switch over to the other side. So again, we're going to put the right leg down this time. We're going to bring the left leg over, and we are going to pull with your spine muscles, not with your arms. Remember, not with the arms. Okay, so now we are going to transition back down, and you want to round your back to slowly hit the mat. Go ahead and get yourself situated a little bit so it feels nice and comfortable. The next pose that we're doing is going to be bridge pose. So you want to have your feet firmly planted, arms along your side, and you're going to slowly pull your belly button up while pushing your tailbone in. This will really engage your core muscles. So we want to go ahead again, pull the belly button up while we're pushing the tailbone up. Again, you'll probably feel your quads heat up a little bit. And your core muscles are going to start to tense up just a little bit too. Remember, hold that in. And we're slowly going to drop back down. Rest for a minute. And again, hold that belly button up along with the tailbone. and down. And last time, pull up. And down. Okay, from here we're going to do a supine twist, which is kind of similar to the one that we did when we were sitting. And we are going to go ahead and lay the left leg down. You're going to pull the right leg up, and you are going to twist that over. Now we want to make sure that the spine and the rib cage is what's twisting. We want to make sure that the shoulders are flat on the mat. Do not move the shoulders. And go ahead, put the right leg down, slowly pull the left leg up and over. I don't know about you, but I can definitely feel the rib cage opening up right now. And we're going to come to the back, to the middle. We are going to slowly bring both the legs up. And we are going to go into wind relieving position, which just basically is pulling your knees into your chest. If you need to readjust your spine just a second, go ahead. And we are going to hold this for a count of 8. Right. And we are slowly going to bring the legs down, walk them out, and we are going to end with Shavasana. So now that your legs are down, your body's flat, you can either leave your arms out to the side or on the bottom of your rib cage, whatever feels good to you. I like to close my eyes and just kind of feel where my body is at the moment. Feel my breath going in and out. Release all of the tension, all of the negativity from the day. And know that I'm going to have a really good night's sleep after doing all of these yoga relaxation techniques. And when you feel centered again, we're going to go ahead and bring one of our legs up. Another one, slowly turn to the side. Use your hands to walk yourself up, back into a sitting position. And that's it. I hope you had a good time following my routine today. I know I feel a lot more relaxed than what I was earlier, and thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day.
All right, everyone, I hope you really enjoyed that class. Don't forget to like if you like. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to get more videos from me in the future. And I hope everyone has a great end of the year. Goodbye.